Good morning. Welcome to Sacred Enzyme. I'm Stacy. I hope you're doing well today. I hope you can see this. So I want to go back and revisit this diagram because I've been pondering on this, and one of the things that we talked about was this triangulation that we're currently in right here, where we've got an inverted holographic overlay, which is only part of the whole puzzle that we have to put together here. So we're currently, well, we were currently, but it's already changed because I think it was, let's see, it was Friday, Thursday night going into Friday. We had this alignment, we had a merging. So we did achieve some type of integration because I was downloaded, I was audibly given the name Viracocha, like all night and all day. And Viracocha is a dualistic source god. And you can go back and look at the material on Viracocha, but I think that the Inca people, the ancient Inca people in the Andean mountains, they were talking about the Anuna, or our Anunnaki brothers and sisters, who we are, we're putting a lot of negative stuff on them. Not everybody's negative, guys. They were here to create the upgrade in the human form, okay? So we don't have all bad Anunnaki. We don't have all bad Anunnaki brothers and sisters. We have people that are doing their roles in this dualistic system that we're in. Some know the rules and others don't, but mom and dad are back. So this is what I seen on, let's see, what night was this? This was the night of the 28th. A massive exodus of souls. And I did a diagram, but this is how it looked. They kind of look like a little bit like mushrooms and jellyfish in human form. And they were all going straight up into the air, into the ether. I don't know. I don't know. This is just what I was witnessing. I was standing there being a witness to this, and it was a mass exodus of souls. So I'm still trying to finish getting what exactly this was that I was watching, if this was people leaving Earth, or if this was higher evolved souls that were coming in, or if this is a blending of these two fields that are coming over. Our particle and our anti-particle are starting to converge. Something is happening, and this is what it looked like. Okay, so I started thinking about this more because more information's always coming. And I started thinking about the dualistic aspects of each of these planets. And then I started thinking, okay, well, we're only experiencing one half of an aspect of the planet's whole, right? Each planet is a form of influence. And so you've got a duality aspect of every one of our planets. So this is the thing that I was getting at, is that we've got the sun that has a dualistic role, but it only acts in a balanced way, is what I'm thinking of. And we have 3D version of the sun, but we also have a 4D, a 5D, and higher. Okay, the sun is a gate. People come through the sun. On the back side of the sun is source. Okay, so we've got the moon, which has a 3D and a 4D form of function, but we're having to integrate the 3D and the 4D aspects of all of these planets. And then I started thinking, okay, wait a minute. We've got planets that supposedly exploded or died or were killed in like galactic wars. And I was thinking, wait a minute. Maybe these planets were only destroyed in the third dimension. And so we need to go back and look at where these planets were, or what these planets were. And so we've heard about Maldek, we've heard about Tiamat, we've heard about Vulcan, we've heard about Anticon, and then we've also been talking about dualistic aspects of other planets. So look here, right here, Earth is the heart. And the 13th archetype of this whole ascension equation, okay? And figuratively, I drew this picture just so you can see how it all connects out. It's like dominoes. So Earth is the main focus, just like the Earth heart right here. Earth is the main focus of the domino effect of the ascension in the universe. And this is because there's been so much focus put into developing Earth. So when we ignite the ascension of Earth, it is going all the way out to all of these other planets and bodies, forms of influence, okay? So when the 3D and the 4D field complement and integrate, the planetary system here is going to resolve towards coherence. So Earth becomes the heart chamber, the 13th archetype becomes their harmonious tuner, and the differentiated notes open into a higher octave here in our system. So let's go back and let's look at 3-dimension and 4-dimension. So let's do a thought experiment here. So what if Vulcan, Anticon, Tiamat, and Maldek are not really gone? Maybe they're just phase locked, guys. Maybe they're just phase locked and not fully accessible in the 3rd-dimensional space. Like I've seen a lot of people that have talked about Venus and other places in the SSP program, and they say that you can't live on Venus. Well, you can live on Venus. You can't live on Venus in the 3D space because part of the surface of Venus is uninhabitable. Kind of like the surface of Mars, but it's not 3D uninhabitable, right? Venus is, but Mars has life living right below the surface, but they're in the 3rd-dimensional space. So the question is when we came into this last Earth cycle, right? This last Earth cycle going around, maybe it was like a video game, and because we had to get it right, we had to earn our we had to earn our codes. We had to earn the keys to unlock these outer planets, Maldek, Tiamat, Vulcan, and Anticon. And then the other thing is that we have to go in and we have to open the expanded version of these planets, just like we were talking about in this triangulation, right? We got to have a balance. Mars, and we've got to have a balanced Venus, and then these create the integrated or the expanded Jupiter function. It also creates a flip in Pluto because Pluto is acting as a dualistic archetype. And so its form of influence is coming in to the system right now. It's coming into the system right now. And we have our calendar down here. So the night of the 28th, that was when Venus was squaring with Mars. Okay? And that's when I saw this mass exodus of souls, was this night right here before the 29th, the 28th. And that was after we had this whole arrangement with Neptune and Pluto, and then we had Jupiter and Leo, Uranus and Gemini, and then we had Neptune and Aries, Pluto and Aquarius. And so we had this alignment here that happened on the 22nd. So we had this Neptune sextile Pluto, and this was in a 4-degree alignment field, which is really interesting because we talked about 4 being the number of structure. So something definitely happened that night. Maybe they are sending in the troops. I'm not sure, but something happened. So we have to create this triangulation, this geometric triangulation of energy, incorporating these forms of influence with the planets for our ascension. And I believe that when this happens, that we'll create a key that will unlock these phase locked planets that we can't see, and then we'll start being able to discover and see all these new, what we're going to call new planets, right? Our scientists will call them new planets, but they've been here the whole time. They're just not available to us in this frequency space. This is kind of like Earth is right now. Earth is available to us in the 3D space, but it's unlocking the 4D space. And you know, Theo, he's in the 5th dimensional space of Earth. He's in the 5th dimensional space working with me, and I work with him, but we're working to ascend the planet. So this is my theory. My theory is that Tiamat, Vulcan, Maldek, and Anticon, these are phase locked planets that are not available in 3D. They're only available 4D and higher. So we have to expand, and as we expand, we will have an expanded version or a integrated or upgraded, or only way I can describe it is we'll have both of the aspects of all of these planets, the masculine and the feminine. So we're the red thread, guys. We're the red thread. We're holding right through the center the balance. And the whole name of the game right now is that we need to get our wedding garments on, and we need to be the red thread. The whole point is that we need to maintain balance through this time. And so Lionsgate Portal is totally the most important day. This is when the red thread meets the invisible transformer. So I'd like to hear what you guys have in mind for Lionsgate Portal. I think that we should really pull out all the stops. I said it before. This Lionsgate Portal is so important right now. So I would like to suggest that we do some type of earth honoring ceremony together, or maybe a mass, absolutely a huge mass earth honoring ceremony where everybody all around the world at like 8:08 a.m. or 8:08 p.m. that we go outside and we do, you know, just a meditation with maybe some music and some earth grounding and maybe some seed offerings. So I would love to hear what you guys have to say, and I want to plan a Q&A for this weekend, either tomorrow night or Saturday. Please let me know in the comments when works for you, so we can all plan on an actionary event for August 8th to be putting on our wedding garments, guys. It's our job to be Viracocha. It's our job to be the sacred marriage of mother and father. And we're going to take it all back to source. And we're going to have all of this, all these phase lock planets. They'll be available. We'll have our key. We'll be able to get the expanded versions of these planets, and then we'll be able to ascend the planet. We're already doing it, guys. We're already doing it. Things have happened. We've been doing such good work. I'm so proud of all of y'all. So this is just a little bit of something that I've been mulling over, is that we have possibly these phase locked planets, and this is why we have to phase shift. This is why we have to phase shift. We have to be able to get these other forms of influence into the field here. So, and then, you know, the other thing is that it overlays with music. These colors overlay with music, and you know, some of these planets are conductors, like Mercury, like Venus. And then that's what got me thinking, is because I was thinking about sodium. I was thinking about salt, because salt is a conductor. But the interesting thing is that most of these planetary bodies have salt on them. So it's not like Venus is copper and Mercury is mercury. Salt is kind of like available everywhere in all of the planets. So I don't know, I kind of thought that was interesting that we all have salt. And the other thing that was interesting is there was a lecture that Robert Edward Grant did the other day, and he was showing that through a mathematical equation that you can find a ratio from the pyramids that are on the Giza Plateau that equal music notes. But the interesting thing was one of them was 5/8. 5/8 almost fell out of my chair. I'm like, 5/8? Venus over Earth, 5/8. So the question is that are the pyramids sending a signal? Are they sending signals out? Are they sending musical notes out that correspond to different planets? And maybe that was the whole point of the pyramids, is it was like a telephone in to the planet that they were aligned with, right? So maybe it was accessing another spectrum of these planets that we don't have access to now that was in our past. Just something to think about. Maybe it was a fourth dimensional access or a vibrational key that was keeping this expanded version of these planets' archetypes in function, in the form of function into the Earth grid. So anyway, it's just some thoughts I've been mulling over. You know, the 13th archetype is the universe's harmonic tuner. They hear what's out of tune. They coordinate the planetary notes. They restore the coherence through the relationship. And they open the next octave in the ascension process, guys. So let's embrace and embody being the 13th archetype, guys. So anyway, let me know about the Q&A or the live. What day will work better for everyone? It's been a while since we sat down and we reunited all of the 13th archetypes. So guys, I'm super excited about sitting down with everybody and we dig into a whole bunch of things. Also, if you want to make a list of topics, just got a thump from Theo, a list of topics that we want to talk about. So we can I have all my notes out ahead of time. And, you know, we can plan some type of directional map because we can get off the rails when we all get in here talking. So with that, when you come and find me, I'll be here because we're living in the past, present, and the future all at the same time. Karen, this is for you. I got you a USA sweater. And I'm not sure if you can see back there, but that's your USA hat. So I'll be sending it to you shortly, next week probably. So guys, I'll catch you on the next video. Have a great day. And don't forget to get outside today and give your thanks to our beautiful Mother Earth and our Heavenly Father. So when you come and find me, I'll be here. We're living in the past, present, and the future all at the same time. Have a great day. Have a great day, guys. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching Sacred Enzyme. Bye-bye.